Protect serve in place. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left.
We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
Hi, it's Zobo1975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on Xbox. Now on Xbox, the lawfuls and the unlawfuls tend to fight on a regular basis. We as Dark Marauder Pirates don't get involved too often on this, but we happen to be in Deciat and there was a lot of unlawfuls in Deciat and we joined up with them. As you can see in our wing, there's 3 Dark Marauders and a Jordo man. I think Jordo died twice in this conflict, but we were happy to sacrifice a couple of Jordos for the kills that we did get. And Jordo is one of a very, very good PvPer. He is really good, so it was nice to have him in our wing. And we, the Dark Marauders, got involved in some fighting and fought against the lawfuls, such as Cops and IED. This was actually the fight that led to the bone of contention, and the messages I got calling me bullying, saying I harass people. So, you know, that was the negative. The positive, it was nice to see so many people on. It was nice to have the game feel so alive, and it was nice to see so many people on like a random night, not something special, not a big occasion, not a CG, just random fighting in a system between lawfuls and unlawfuls. And yeah, just Deciat being Deciat. We weren't the only groups up here, but we don't normally get involved, so you know, our sudden addition of 3 Dark Marauders is, you know, enough to tip the scales in the unlawful's favour. You know, the sides are fairly unbalanced. There was one lawful up here, he called for backup, and for once a whole truckload of backup arrived. Normally they put out the call for backup and 1 or 2 guys arrive, but this time he put in the call and a whole truckload of cops arrived. And it was some really good fun fighting. There were casualties on both sides, as you can see. Jordo's just popped, you know, and it was fun. It was an enjoyable evening's fighting. It is a bit of a shame someone took offense at me sending them the DEFCONs for a bounty on them, but it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to enjoy the game for what it is, which is just pew pew spaceships and having fun and being silly. And, you know, if that person doesn't want me to message him, I'll just ignore him and he won't get a GG. Simple as that. But we weren't the only people up there. Here's some footage from a Remnant member getting involved and getting some kills. There were a lot of cops went pop in these instances. There was a lot of fighting going on. There's also Justin there in his Dolphin. He was having a lot of fun. He was proving a really good distraction. One of the opening kills from Orc was Jordo and Orc managed to jump a lone cop while Justin's Dolphin was keeping a multiple crew of them busy. So, you know, there was lots of people, lots of bad guys having fun, enjoying themselves and fighting. And that is the fun of Elite Dangerous. The open environment is great when there's people having fun, getting together and just generally doing what we do. Whether it's, you know, lawfuls or unlawfuls. Our party chat had like 15-20 people in it, chatting, joking, laughing. It was good fun. And yeah, it's nice to see the game so alive and buzzing in September, considering the announcement earlier this year. You know, I know a lot of people are fed up with the game. I know a lot of people are going to be soon leaving to go to PC with the console transfers, etc. But you know, I'm not going to worry too much about that. As long as the game stays alive enough and there's stuff like this going on a semi-regular basis, I'm more than happy. And as a Dark Marauder, you know, I'll get involved in stuff like this when I feel like getting involved in stuff like this. We tend to get involved once in a while, but generally we are pirates, so we don't tend to go for the, you know, get involved in the fighting. We use the fighting as a distraction so we can get on with our piracy, while groups like Rain, Veil, etc. are fighting the lawful somewhere. We'll be happily pirating somewhere else quietly in a system, and you know, it's very difficult to pirate when there's lawfuls around, so we tend to avoid them so we can pirate. Here I am doing my usual cheeky reboot and repair in the middle of a big wing fight. Not a problem, you know, just get out there and reboot repair. I wasn't the only one with phasing. Dark Owl was down here in his phasing mamba, so a couple of phasing mambas. Orc had his pulse laser frag mamba, so we were having fun just winging it around, whittling people and making them weaker and weaker. And then the guys in a little bit heavier hitting ships like the frag mambas that were coming in for the odd frag round when they were low, and it worked. It got a lot of kills. You know, I think we had the best of it while we were down here because we did heavily outnumber the cops. It was quite good fun to see so many of the cops on, and so many of them flood down to help the poor beleaguered police that were calling for backup. One of them was actually in party with us while he was calling for backup. I love the fact they have a Discord for lawfuls where they call for backup and stuff, because they moaned like hell when we had a Discord called Crime Stoppers where we used to ask for help dealing with them. So it's an irony that they still run a Discord doing the exact same as that. It's quite funny. Yeah, one rule for one rule for the other, always the way. But all in all, it was fun fighting between us and the lawfuls. And generally as a Dark Marauder, I don't tend to get involved too often in this because, like I say, piracy is our main thing, and piracy, you want to do it where the lawfuls aren't. I mean, you don't get many thieves that are bold enough to operate under the police's nose, and, you know, when we're at CGs, it's quite handy because the gankers tend to keep the lawfuls busy while we get on with piracy, and we're a lower priority target, I feel, or at least we should be, because if we interdict a shieldless Type 9, he's probably surviving the encounter, whereas if the gankers get hold of him, he's dead meat. He might be a little lighter and less cargo on board, but he's going to get out alive. And if he cooperates, he's going to get a 24-hour pass, and we're going to leave him alone the rest of the times he comes in and out of the CG. Our rules are very clear. There's no killing for no reason. And if they have a bad paint job, that is not a good enough reason. We had to add that last bit in because of certain members of the Dark Marauders. You know, we're a little bit stretching their reasons for killing people. But on the whole, we're quite happy with our reputation in game. We are pirates. A lot of people survive encounters with us with the words "no cargo, free to go," or "thank you, now you've got a 24-hour pass." So, you know, we aren't known as just out and out killers. So it's quite nice that sometimes we get to cut loose and murder some lawfuls, because that is people we're allowed to shoot at and we're allowed to kill. And my god, do they take a long time to kill when you're shooting phasing. My phasing mamba is kind of fun, but it's so easy point and click. As you can see, I'm being shot because they always don't like having gimbal scrubs like me shoot them, and they always try and get someone to peel you off attacking. But I think that was someone with a multi-cannon 30 that's after me. Yeah, and then I think I'll be slipping away now for a reboot and repair, or at least in a minute I will. You know, keep going as long as I can, but I'm going to use my speed to slip away for a reboot and repair. I did notice some of the lawfuls were jumping up, dropping down, rebooting their shields and coming back with half shields. We were flying out, flying away from the fighting, staying an instance and coming back in with half shields. But I gotta say, I don't mind people jumping out and recharging their shields and jumping back in when I'm using phasing. It was quite funny at this point because the lawfuls party started to swell. It was clear that, you know, the numbers were getting more even. There was a lot more lawfuls arriving all the time, and so I consulted. Well, I was going to consult the Art of War, but then I realised it's out of date for this sort of thing. So I consulted the TF13 playbook of old, and I checked what battle strategy we should go for. So there we go. Flipper Gold advised me that the best strategy to use was one of TF13's most famous one, which was Operation Bedtime. Once you've got a lead in kills, a sizable lead in kills, you know, just disappear off, claim you got to go to bed, and that's good. Now, I did have work at 6 AM the next morning, so I couldn't stay on too long, and so yeah, it was perfectly placed to just get the, like, you know, the one good kill to finish on. And I believe someone's just dropped back in with half shields and very low hull, So yeah, bad timing for him because I was just coming back in with a phasing member that's just point and click. So yeah, that was handy. I've got to admit though, it did seem to take a long time to chew through that last bit of hull, but you know, it was a very satisfying moment. And all in all, it was a fun time while we were down here fighting. Everyone had a good laugh in party chat. Our party chat was huge. There was loads of people in there, and it was really good fun. Some people were taking the fighting very seriously, some people were not, and that's great. That's what I love. I love the fact that we had like a right mix on the non-lawful side of people, like in the jankiest, weirdest builds, having fun, chilling out, and relaxing. Virtually every ship against us was a meta lance, but that's fine. You know, the cops are the cult of the PvP sweat, so you would expect them to be in reasonably sweaty builds. I thought this was psychotic Rob that was smashing me when I was trying to kill Ragnar Scott, because someone plasma ran me and really good, but it turned out it wasn't psychotic Rob. I think it was Wolf Morton that actually like absolutely nailed me with a plasma ram while I was just focused completely on getting my kill and running away. So yeah, we got our high value target killed, and that was it. Time to skedaddle. And I'll leave you with the Pirate Orc's exit as he slivered off, I slivered off the bed, and we said GG's and got the hell out of there, declaring a reasonable time and some decent kills. So it was all good fun. Plus, you know, okay, Jordo died a few times, but we're willing to sacrifice Jordo for the good of the non-lawful community and killing as many policemen as we can. So I'd say GG to everyone involved. It was a really good fun fight. Take care everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.